Welcome to my detailed account of real-life paranormal encounters that began in childhood and continued into adulthood. From unexplained voices and shadowy figures to eerie transformations and chilling historical ties, these events shaped my understanding of the unknown. Each experience is true, unembellished, and part of the haunting reality I faced. If you're intrigued by tales of the supernatural and mysterious, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. Help us reach more people who love exploring the unknown. Turn on notifications to stay updated with every new video. My paranormal experiences started when I was roughly 6 years old. At that time, I had no idea about spirits or the supernatural. One evening, I was watching TV alone while my parents were napping. Out of nowhere, I felt a chill on the back of my neck and a firm push, like a single finger pressing down on my shoulder. Simultaneously, I heard someone whisper hello right behind my ear. Panicked, I sprinted to my parents' room, shouting that someone was in the house. They dismissed it, saying I must have imagined it, and didn't even check. Looking back, I sometimes wonder if that moment opened a gateway to the eerie events that followed in my life. After this, strange things began happening. My stepdad liked to play tricks on me by hiding in my closet and scaring me before bedtime. One night, I checked my closet thoroughly and closed it before lying down. Minutes later, I heard the sound of the closet door sliding open. When I glanced at the dark crack in the door, 2 glowing red eyes were staring back at me. Terrified, I turned on the light and flung the closet open, but there was nothing inside. Those red eyes had vanished. These eyes didn't stop haunting me. They began appearing in the vent above the bathtub whenever I took a bath. I'd feel their unsettling gaze and spend most of the time throwing a wet cloth at the vent to make them disappear. It worked temporarily, but they always returned the next time. My first full apparition encounter happened while running an errand for my brother. He asked me to grab some ice cubes from the kitchen, and as I climbed the stairs, I noticed a figure leaning on the railing. It was draped in a heavy, hooded black robe, and its face was shrouded in complete darkness. Despite my fear, I continued up the stairs, and the figure mirrored my movements, stepping back as I stepped forward. It reached the kitchen doorway, turned to glance at me, and disappeared. The second time I saw this entity, I was upstairs playing a game. Hearing cracking sounds like someone popping their knuckles, I opened the door to find the figure standing at the end of the hallway. This time, the cracking noises were coming from it. I slammed the door and locked it, but moments later, I heard an unidentifiable sound and felt a heavy push against the door, as though by a strong gust of wind. Adding to the supernatural mix was my babysitter, who claimed to be a witch. She once showed me Polaroids of rituals she performed and even demonstrated telekinesis by moving objects without touching them. Though I thought it was just for fun, one day I caught her sliding a knife across the counter straight into her hand without touching it. My brother and I became curious about black magic and tried performing a ritual ourselves. Using leaves to create a pentagram and placing a statue in the center, we read words we'd found online. Our babysitter caught us mid-ritual, screamed at us to stop, and destroyed the setup. She warned us about meddling with forces we didn't understand. Not long after, she stopped babysitting us and tragically passed away. Eventually, we moved to rural BC, to a 100-acre property near Lone Butte. The land had a dark history. It was once the site of a Catholic school for Native children, rumored to have mass graves. The barn on our property still contained old desks and chairs, remnants of its past life. My brother and I both saw children's faces in the barn windows and noticed the lights turning on and off without explanation. The forest surrounding our property was equally eerie, filled with old leather belts tied to trees, deep gouges in the trunks, and animal tracks larger than any we'd ever seen. Among the trees, we discovered a forgotten junkyard of vintage cars, so old that trees had grown through them. One winter night, I had my most terrifying encounter. Relaxing in the hot tub outside, I spotted a massive wolf with shimmering silver fur and piercing green eyes. It walked along the fence, locking eyes with me. As it approached our barn, it shifted from a wolf into a towering, broad-shouldered humanoid figure, standing nearly 7 feet tall. It vanished into the barn, leaving no trace. My brother later described waking up to see a similar wolf watching him through his window. The experiences didn't stop there. Closets slammed violently, objects moved on their own, and disembodied voices called my name. Each incident added to the growing sense that our lives were intertwined with the supernatural. These stories are just a glimpse into the events that have shaped my perspective on the paranormal. I'm always eager to hear from others who have faced similar experiences, so feel free to share your stories in the comments or send me a message. If you enjoyed this story, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more paranormal encounters and unexplained mysteries. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. Thank you for joining me on this chilling journey.